ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the K and
O show.
O show. All right. It was deep. You're losing, you're dropping a little bit there. All right. So we're going to have a couple episodes this week because we just want to go over. There was so much to discuss last night in that game. Big O and is sitting there. We're watching that game, and both of us were wanting Notre Dame to win because if you watch our show, we think Penn State's a phony, right, Big O? Well, they're in the Final Four, so they can't be that big of a phony. But at the same time, we didn't feel like that they had enough to beat Notre Dame. And, man, it started out, and we couldn't have been more wrong. Penn State, to me, looked like just a destructive force. They were stopping Notre Dame's run. They were all over Notre Dame, and they were running the ball at will. As a matter of fact, at one time, Big O, what me and you talk about on that right side?
Yeah, first half Penn State, basically through the whole game, they went to the right side, and every time they did that, they averaged 6 yards.
Yeah, that first half, they were getting over 6 yards, weren't they? Because Big O looked at me and said, "What would you do if you're coach?" And I said, "I wouldn't stop running to the right side," because they didn't stop it. So I'd have kept running right side the whole time. They just looked. They looked unbelievable. Notre Dame couldn't have looked worse. Everything was going wrong for them. Then, every time Notre Dame blitzes, I want to say they maybe have the highest rate of blitzes in all of college football, Big O. And when they blitzed, what happened?
Whenever Notre Dame blitzed, Penn State always hit that screen pass.
Yes.
Screen plays.
So they had two big plays with that, right? To the one to the running back and one to who?
Tyler Warren.
Yeah. So we'll talk about Tyler Warren here in a minute, but they caught him in the blitz, and really, I thought there was a goal line stand down there that Notre Dame got lucky. Penn State had to kick, so that goal line stand was big because they're up 10-0, and it looks like, nothing's going Notre Dame's way, is it, Big O?
No, especially that first half, it looked weird.
They just did not look like their self. So right before the end of the half, right before the end of the second quarter there, Notre Dame loses. Now they're already missing their All-American guard, and then they lose their left tackle. If you know anything about football, usually your left tackle is the primo spot on the offensive line. And he got up gimping, and me and Big O both were like, "Uh-oh, that ain't good."
That 6'6", 330-pound guy.
So his replacement was, as Owen said, a behemoth. He said, "This dude is huge." And he was 6'6", 320. But even being that big, you got to move. And if you watched the game last night, man, Penn State, that Abdullah Carter, and the other kid.
Footwork's the most important thing.
Yes. Listen to this kid. Like he's been listening. So it's right there. It's 10-0. Notre Dame can't look worse. Left tackle goes down, and in the next play, I think it was the next play, Leonard Riley, the starting quarterback for Notre Dame, goes down. Concussion.
Yeah.
So if he's concussed and can't come back in the game, what'd I say, Big O?
They're done.
Yeah, they're done. You lost your left tackle. Your starting quarterback's out. You can't run the ball, and Penn State's doing whatever they want. It just didn't look any worse. And then it just wasn't their night, is what I thought. I thought, man, this just ain't Notre Dame's night. They've had a great season, blah, blah, blah. Then they insert Angeli, the backup quarterback. Me and Big O were like,
Steve.
what? This kid here is probably in trouble. Because both of us are sitting there watching Abdullah Carter. He's coming off the edge, and it's like he's a hurricane. Like, you can't get him stopped. So this kid comes in and basically just starts slinging the ball all over the field. Like, he's got the ball going all over the place. Drives them all the way down to, 28, 25, 30?
Yeah.
Just seconds to go before the end of the half. And they kick a field goal. So I felt like this kid walked in, put his cigarette out, was like, "I got this," and just starts putting the ball out everywhere. It really surprised Penn State. To me, that is the play, that's the drive of the game for Notre Dame. Because getting that 3 points right before halftime was very, very important, because now they're getting the ball back right after halftime. So Notre Dame was going to get the ball back, right, Big O? And then what happened, Big O, after halftime when Notre Dame came out for that drive? What happened after that?
They just looked like a different team. It was 17 unanswered points.
Yeah.
It's just
Rattled off 17 unanswered points. So it's 17-10. Notre Dame's starting to run the ball. They're running the ball right at them. They're doing everything they need to do right. They look like Notre Dame again. Defense is dominating. And, man, Notre Dame just really had it going. So right after that, I think it goes, it's 17-10, right, Big O? And then right after that, Penn State comes back, they get a score, makes it 17-all. So we're like, man, we're in a back and forth battle, going back and forth the whole time. And then a big mistake. Riley Leonard throws a pass, and what happens, Big O? Got picked off. Got picked off, and really got picked off by that 6'5" defensive end for Penn State. I can't think of his name, but
9-foot wingspan.
yes, as Big O said, that dude's arms goes on forever. He did have really long arms, and picked his pass off. Great field position, and Penn State punches it in. They've got momentum. It's up 24-17, and we're like, oh, man, it ain't looking good. And then Big O's play happens. So Big O, we're sitting there, and Notre Dame's moving the ball a little bit. Got a couple first downs. I think they got a good big penalty on that.
Yeah.
Then the next play, what happened, Big O?
So, Great House, Notre Dame wide receiver, which is a great name. He snaps this guy's ankles by just
Gave him a little shimmy, didn't he?
Yeah. And then he was breaking off to a post, and that guy went down as well, and Lincoln Riley just threw it up.
Big O was absolutely dying laughing. For one, the guy that was guarding him, he shook him so hard he fell down.
Hold on. So I need to rephrase that. He shook the guy. He fell down the first one. Then Lincoln threw the pass.
Leonard.
God.
This kid don't even know who he's talking
Oh,
about.
Lincoln
He,
Leonard
he
Riley.
was drinking a bit last night.
Riley-
Go ahead.
Riley threw it.
Yeah.
He caught it, and he shook up the other guy, and then he just ran.
So we had two dudes fall down.
Yeah.
Like this kid shook two dudes, and both of them are down. It's a huge play, 54-yard pass play, and it ties the game up 24-all. So it's a fight. Still a lot of time left on the clock. I had to look here and see. We had, I think we had probably 8 minutes to go, maybe something like that, somewhere in that range. Anyways, Notre Dame gets pressure, and Drew Aller throws the ball across the middle late, which, if you know anything about football, that's a big no-no. I don't know, I can't think of the kid's name, but my God, what a great interception. It was a beautiful, beautiful pick.
Diving. Yeah.
Like Big O said, he dove and caught this pass. I mean, he looked like a wide receiver catching. So that gives Notre Dame the ball back. They drive down. They're already in field goal range. They were already in field goal range. Right before that, when Notre Dame got down there close to field goal, they got sacked. Remember that, Big O?
Yeah.
They had to punt, and you're thinking, oh, my God, they gave, here we go. Penn State's got the ball. They're going to drive down and end this game and score. Nope. That's where they threw the pick. Notre Dame gets the ball back, weaves in and out, does what they need to do, gets the ball placed where the kicker needs to be at. And mind you, Notre Dame has had some really, really bad kicking all year. All year long, their kicker he's had an injury. He had a growing injury. I trained a kid that was a kicker, and he had a growing injury for a long time, and it really hurt him. So this kid had a growing injury, wasn't kicking well, comes out last night. What do you do, Big O? Perfect. Drilled it. Usually Big O always has a thing, and he'll say that, oh, he's going to miss it. He's going to miss it. He's going to miss it.
Yeah, that's kind of reverse. If I say he misses it, it goes straight down the middle. If I say he makes it,
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's go back to before half. That's backup quarterback, backup left tackle are in. Angeli drives them down. If they don't get that 3 points before half, then we're going to overtime, right, Big O? And then you don't ever know what's going to happen in overtime. So that right before the half, to me, that was the drive of the game. That was the biggest drive of the game, was that 3 points right before half. Now, a lot of people will say it was other stuff, and that's fine. But to me, if they don't do that, there's, we're in overtime right now. That's, they're kicking just hopefully. And that changes the way you coach if you're down by, 3 or more, right, Big O? Really crazy stat is, first of all, let me give Penn State tons of credit. Tyler Warren is an absolute monster.
Yeah.
Abdullah Carter is an absolute unit. Like, their defense is legit solid.
That running back for Penn State's
Oh,
really good as well.
Singleton
Yeah.
and I can't think of that kid's name.
I can't
Well, anyways, they got 2 running backs that are studs. Now, here was the part that, kind of threw us both off. Tell us, Big O.
Every Penn State wide receiver, like 0, just did nothing, just full cardio.
No,
It was
no catches, no yards, nothing, right,
yeah,
Big O?
it was
So,
basically
go ahead, Big O.
That tight end, he just did everything.
Tight end and running backs, screen passes, and then throwing to Tyler Warren. I don't think Drew Aller is an elite level quarterback. I think he's a great quarterback. I think he's a good athlete, good kid. I don't know how elite level he is. You got to hit your wide receivers. You can say the same thing about Leonard Riley, but he hit wide receivers on it, didn't he? Which Owens kid has not been their. He's not been their star receiver. That Faison kid has been who they usually go to. But great house last night. He was huge. Couple really big catches, and there was a couple plays that Leonard Riley put the ball only where his receivers could get it, and I'll give those receivers credit. Man, they were catching. They had some really tough catches last night. So, hang on, lost my place here. So, really thought this game had everything. Big O, would you consider this the best college football game in the playoffs yet?
No. First is Texas and Arizona State.
Okay, which is a dandy, which is a good one.
I'd say this one's the second.
Yeah, we both Big O and I thought that Penn State had an easy road into the finals, into the Final Four. SMU and Boise, nothing against them, but man, they're just not that caliber that you got in the Final Four. So we thought they had a pretty easy road. Big hits, tough running. If you like old school football, this was really your game because it had a little bit of everything. Tough defense, and like we said, Carter and Warren are just absolute units. Those dudes are really, really good. But then you look at Notre Dame's side of the ball. The Love kid has got a hurt right leg, and if you didn't see the highlights, you need to go watch that run to tie it up.
Yeah.
Was that the run to tie it up? Or was that going 7? No, that was to 17-7.
Yeah.
So for them to get to the 17, he gets hit in the backfield, right, Big O? Hurdles a guy, lands on his right leg, keeps his balance, turns, goes upfield. How many dudes? 3? 4?
There's 4.
4 dudes have got a hold of him, and he still dives in the end zone. I mean, what a game. Really, really great game last night. Big O, what was your thoughts? Do you think Notre Dame could win it all?
For Notre Dame to win it all, I think Texas needs to beat Ohio State, which I don't think is going to happen because Ohio State, they look really,
Best team money can buy, right?
yeah.
Yeah. In this day and age, that's kind of how it is. Ohio State still looks really good. We'll see tonight. We're gonna watch the game tonight. We do have some breaking news. Unfortunately, Big O's dance was canceled tonight, so we've got to wait to get the report on Big O's dance. Big O, are you disappointed there's no dance tonight?
I kind of wanted to watch the game.
This kid's after my heart. Kid is after my heart.
I mean, yeah, it would have been fun. But
Well, do you think your date is disappointed the dance was canceled? You think she wanted to watch the game too? She is an athlete, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, you never know. You never know. All right, we're ready for our shot. We're going to see if Big O can hit this tonight. We need to start giving out prizes or something, Big O, if you do actually hit it. We need to see, we'll do this next time. Leave a comment if you think Big O is going to hit the next shot for our next show. If you're right, I will send you a Dark Side Athletics t-shirt. How about that?
Okay.
I hope we don't make this. Here we go. Yes! Hit it! Yes! 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 All right, so leave your comment to see if Big O can make the shot our next show. If you're right, I'll send you a Dark Side Athletics shirt. Thank you guys for watching.